Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Richard Moglen, and welcome back to the weekly Watchlist video sponsored by MarketSmith. And overall, here are the names that I'm focused on for this upcoming trading week. And I'm mostly looking at three different overall groups. So we've got the semiconductors, we've got the EV auto manufacturers, as well as the kind of oil and gas names. Many of those, the oil and gas names, are kind of extended from proper buy points, but I will be watching very closely for pullback buys to prior pivots or other areas of potential support. So just so you know kind of where my head's at, those, in my opinion, are kind of the leading groups as of this moment. And let's dive in with both the fundamentals and technicals of all these stocks on this list. And starting things off with EDR, you can see that it is pulling back and is below the 21 EMA, but the RS line has been strong even as the market has been very choppy during this area. And we are kind of retesting this prior area of interest. So I'm watching for some type of response here, 2-2 reversal off this area. Maybe we have an inside day, and then we push up on volume managing risk right at this prior swing low. So that is EDR. Definitely one to watch here within the leisure services group. This is a leading group as of this moment, ranked 30 out of 197. Great earnings and sales the most recent 2 quarters. And opening up the fund ownership, you can see a really nice trend from 2 to 121 over the past 4 quarters, although you don't have any high quality funds owning stock as of this moment. Lastly, taking a look at the annual EPS estimates, you can see really nice growth in 2021 and really nice fall through expected in 2022. And this is, if you don't know, the kind of overall holding company for things like the UFC. So there's definitely kind of that new factor with those sports gaining popularity. And moving on to the next stock, we've got Ford Motor Company. And in my opinion, this is kind of the leading stock as of this moment, especially within the auto manufacturers here. And you can see that the most recent quarter, there wasn't too much to say in terms of growth here, but the 2 quarters before that, it was very, very strong. And obviously you've got that new factor, the kind of push towards transitioning from gas-driven vehicles to EVs here. And definitely you can see that paying off in the price trend. And you can see really nice growth in terms of annual EPS in 2021 and some fall through expected and estimate revisions up as well. Overall, looking at the fund ownership, you can see a gradual increase here over the past 2 years, although no high quality funds invested in the stock just yet. Looking at the price trend, you can see a nice push from this stage 3 cup, a really nice trend holding the 21 EMA pretty much here, and really strong relative strength. Look at the relative strength line making new highs as the overall market is pulling back, and it just was able to take out 25 and have an all-time closing high on Friday. So I'm watching for some type of consolidation, short-term entry, and this would be more of a swing trade setup because it is a little bit short-term extended here. And if you're a position trader, really you want to get involved in this area against the 21 EMA, or as it pushed out of this pivot right here. So that is Ford. Definitely want to watch within the EV space. And moving on, we've got KBH, really strong earnings sales margin in the most recent 4 quarters, decent estimates for 2023. Not much to say in terms of fund ownership increase. It's pretty much stagnant over the past 2 years and no high quality funds. This is not really a traditional growth type company, but it is a leading group as of this moment. Looking at the price chart though, we had the highest volume in the past year here and really strong closing range as well. And then pretty much a consolidation day on Friday within this overall stage 2 cup. So what I'm watching for is for it to go sideways, consolidate, maybe let the 10-day catch up, the anchor view out from these swing lows, and then have a breakout through that 50 mark. And then you can put your stop loss right here, managing risk right at that swing low. So that is KBH. And moving on, we've got LCID, another EV company here within this leading group. Not any fundamental growth numbers to talk about here, but you do have an explosive trend in terms of fund ownership and one high quality fund in there as well. And you can see it has been showing relative strength recently with the RS line pushing up here along with price. You do have lockup expiration, I believe, coming up on the 19th, but correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comment section. Just something to be aware of. So we'll have to see how that affects things. But overall, I'd love to see it kind of push up here against the 50 SMA, retake that line, and you can manage risk right against the 21 EMA. Moving on, we've got Micron Technology, another name within the computer data storage group that's acting really well. This is ranked 17 out of 197, and overall really strong earnings sales margins the most recent 4 quarters. Great estimates for annual EPS for 2023 and really nice estimate revisions as well. Nice steady increase in fund ownership over the past 2 years, although you don't have any high quality funds invested into this stock. Looking at the chart, it just broke out of a I believe stage 2 or stage 3 base here. It's not coming up as of this moment, but overall showing really nice relative strength, holding that 21 EMA and the anchor view up from this day right here, this breakout, and this is a stage 2 base. And obviously it's a little bit short-term extended off the 21 EMA, but if you get a few inside days and if it just kind of goes sideways, you could offer a really nice spot where you can manage risk right at this level. So that is MU, definitely one to watch and have on your radar. Moving on, we've got a semiconductor, Qualcomm, which is holding up really nicely. Really nice earnings sales margins, the most recent 4 quarters as well. Not really any explosive growth expected in 2023 in terms of annual EPS, but we'll have to see if these estimates are revised upwards. And overall, you've got really nice growth in fund ownership and one high quality fund, Fidelity, in there as well. Looking at the chart, we had an explosive move on earnings up through this stage 2 base. And now we're kind of chopping around above the 21 EMA, showing relative strength during this market correction. And basically you can draw a horizontal line right here and use that as a pivot, and really nice action on this Friday. This would have been a pretty good low risk entry oops reversal through the Thursday low and undercutting, reclaiming that 21 EMA, but you could also watch for an inside data form and then buy on that reconfirmation, managing risk right at that swing low, or even just wait for the standard breakout. So that is Qualcomm, definitely one to watch within the semi space. And next up, we've got SIMO, which is also in that computer data storage group with MU. A really nice earnings sales margin, the most recent 4 quarters. Really nice estimates for this year and fall through in 2022. Estimate revisions are up. Nice increase in fund ownership and one high quality fund in there as well. And looking at the chart, I really like how this is acting. You've got a base on base forming here, nice breakout on volume, and now it's holding that 21 EMA, really nice hammer candles off that level, off that 90 level as well. And basically you could buy on a breakout through these recent highs, managing risk right at that low of the day. Moving on, we've got TSM, another semiconductor, and you've got a really nice breakout through this handle from this really nice long-term base, I believe around 10 months long. It is stage 4, but you've kind of got a reset due to the duration of this base here, and overall really nice volume on this breakout as well. On Friday, we did undercut this prior day's low, but we finished pretty strong, well within this range above 140. So I'm watching for maybe some sideways action and then a continued breakout through these highs right here. So that is TSM, definitely want to watch within the semi space, especially if it consolidates for a few days or weeks. Moving on, we've got UCTT also in that semi space here. Great earnings sales margins, the most recent 4 quarters. Decent estimates for 2022. Estimate revisions are up. Nice increase in fund ownership and no high quality funds just yet. Looking at the chart, really nice move from this upside reversal. Basically a quick 5-day move up to the top of this double bottom base. So I'd love to see some consolidation before a breakout, but you've got a clear pivot near 60 as well as the standard pivot at 60.84. So ideally you do get some sideways action before breakout through this double bottom base, stage 2 base. And lastly, we've got VNOM, and overall this is short-term extended as a lot of this group is. So I'd love to see a pullback, and then as I've drawn out here, you could kind of get involved as it bounces off the prior pivot if it does so, and kind of retest that entry area, managing risk right at that swing low. And overall, I love the volume coming in here up the right hand side. Really nice spot here to get involved as well if you're able to catch that. And a lot of the oil and gas names look similar to this, extended short term, but if they do pull back and kind of reconfirm, that's a great spot to get involved in a leading group as of this moment. Looking at the earnings and sales, the most recent 2 quarters are very, very strong. A really strong estimates for 2022 as well. Not much to say in terms of fund ownership, but overall the price action is very, very compelling as of this moment. And this is kind of a group move as well. If we go to a weekly chart, you can see a lot of similarities. If we go to OAS, DVN, a lot of these are trending nicely into new kind of 52-week highs. So overall, that is my focus list for this upcoming trading week. Let me know your thoughts down below. What is your favorite setup from this list? And what are you watching outside this list that you think I should be paying attention to? Just let me know down below in the comment section. And if you did enjoy this analysis, please go ahead and take the time to leave me a like down below. It really helps me out and my channel. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one every single week. And with that said, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in future videos. Thanks.